Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me. Right guys, so it's a few hours later at this point. So we've got all my Urban Decay here. I'm not too sure how many palettes are here, but it's all my Urban Decay that I've got in my collection. So we've got the Urban Decay Stone Vibes. I do have a box for this somewhere, but it must be in the drawer somewhere. Really like this one. I've just recently used this. It was on the chopping block. I didn't know whether I wanted to keep or declutter. You can see certain shades. Apart from, I'd say, these two have had quite a lot of use. So I had used them quite a bit, but I just didn't know how I felt about it. So that's why I brought it out again as part of the chopping block. But yeah, I will be keeping it. And that's that one. Right, next up we've got an oldie but certainly a goodie. So it's the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, and they brought a blush palette out to this. I have buyer's remorse. I mean, I should have bought that. So it's that old, you know. I don't really use it. I mean, I could use it. I could certainly use it because they are still quite creamy. Yeah, they're still very creamy. Oh my gosh. Let's have a look what damage I've done. That's absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, guys. No damage whatsoever. Absolutely none. I don't think I would have been too bothered. If there was, I still would have kept the component because it's Gwen Stefani, and I'm not really using it anyway. I feel like we could definitely use the mattes though. Yeah, the mattes are so creamy. I need to get some use out of them mattes. The shimmers aren't as creamy and pigmented as I remember them though. I barely used it. See, this is my problem with eyeshadow palettes. They've not had a lot of use in them. And this is why I don't really want to buy any more. There's certainly... I think there's 2 more Pat McGraths on the wish list, but I'm not in any hurry of buying them. The Utopian Dreams was always the main one for me. And I'm getting that one for Christmas. So there's 2 more that I'd really like. I'd probably get one for Black Friday for myself for Christmas, and maybe I'll treat myself the other for my birthday. And then I don't think there's any palettes that I want. I did really want that Pastel Dreams one, but I'm not paying that kind of money. So yeah. So that's that one, and I know they'll be bringing loads of palettes in autumn. I mean, I have been looking at Adept Cosmetics and Glaminatrix and those kind of brands. It's just too expensive. I mean, I would love to own something from that brand, but it is just too expensive for me, so I'm not even going to go down that road. So, if you live in the UK and you've ordered from the likes of those brands, Adept, Glaminatrix, and you know, all the indie brands, what I would like to know is, did you have to pay customs on your packages, and if so, was it ridiculous customs? Because if it's not ridiculous customs and it's not ridiculous shipping, then I'll order from them. But yeah, I just don't know if it's going to be worth my while. So this is the Urban Decay Smoked palette. It's absolutely beautiful. This is really old as well. This shade in it called Mushroom one. I've got this in a couple of my Urban Decay palettes. I think it's just in another palette actually. They're still really creamy. Really pretty. Give this video if you want to see a smoky eye from me coming really soon with this palette, like a throwback Thursday kind of look. Wow, that grain's pretty. Look at that grain, guys. That is really pretty. I've not used that palette in ages. I've just remembered I've got some, I think 1 more Urban Decay palette somewhere else, which I'll get in a sec. And then we've got the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics. I might actually put I don't know actually. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. We've got the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics. My sister got me that. That needs to come out next Shop My Stash because, as you can see, it's brand new. Barely used it. I think I've used it a couple of times. So yeah, it definitely needs to come out and we definitely need to use it. Maybe when we're doing some duochrome looks and multi-chrome looks, we can use some of the darker shades just to get them to show up. But yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. So that's the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics. Then we've got this Urban Decay Moondust. So I just recently used this one as well. I pulled this out when I pulled the Stone Vibes one out. I forgot the name of it for a second. And it just looks like that. Again, beautiful packaging. And this one was on the chopping block as well. It's just absolutely stunning, guys. Some stunning, stunning shades. Shall we swatch some? This green is one of my favourite greens. So in the Royal Rose palette by Cosmic Brushes, there's a shade called Bloom. Now if you've got that Royal Rose palette, you'll know what I mean. But it's the same kind of green and that's got sparkle in it. So it might go really well with that. Just beautiful. Look how stunning it is. So yeah, that one's going nowhere. Right, this one is absolutely stunning as well. I never paid full price for this. It's the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne palette. Absolutely gorgeous. It didn't do well because of the layout of it. I feel like it probably would have done better if they'd stuck to either these oblong ones or the circles or the squares. I mean, there's too much going on even for my OCD. There's far too much going on, but I really do like it. I love this like duochrome split pan here. I'll do you a swatch of each one. So the blue one is called Leo. That one there. Probably going to need a couple of swatches. And then the other one is called Brixton. And that's just a clear white. It's like a white silver. Really, really pretty. Bronzy shade here. And then this really nice lime green there. Look at that lime green, guys. So yeah, I really like that. And I did get the matching highlighter palette. I chose the eyeshadow palette first, but then I went back for the highlighter palette. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think they might have done a blush palette, but I missed out on that. No, actually, I think they just did another eyeshadow palette, which was supposed to pair with this, and I just didn't get it. It was a smaller one. This cover looks like it's creasing a bit here. Oh, I didn't show you this Spitfire shade. This one's pretty. It's got a blue. It's like a pink to blue duochrome. So that's that one. And then this one is one of the oldest Urban Decay palettes I've got. It's called Urban Decay Shadow Box, and I barely used it. And you've got Smog in here. I'm sure Smog comes in the original Urban Decay palette. Mushroom down here that we had in the Smoked palette. It's got quite a lot of shades in, but I don't know if they're drying up. I'd need to use it. I think I need to put it on the chopping block, guys, and just see whether I want to keep or declutter. I think out of all these, I would not have a problem decluttering that. It's sad though because I've not actually used it that much. Right, let me go and get this. I think there's two more. Okay, they're just the Naked palette. So we've got Urban Decay Naked, the original. Barely had any use, guys, at all. As you can see, I've kept it in really good condition. Yeah, Smog's there, so I wouldn't have any problems in getting rid of the shadow box. Let's just test them out against each other. So Smog, that feels pretty smooth actually. And then let's test Smog out here. That one looks like it's a different one. It looks kind of more cooler in undertone. Anyway, they both feel alright. So again, I feel like I need to do a throwback Thursday with this palette. It's a classic, isn't it? I might start doing something for Patreon called Classic Tuesday or something like that. I feel like that'd be a really good video for Patreon, where I bring all the eyeshadow palettes out that are classics kind of in my mind, and just putting it on Patreon. So yeah, might do that there. Haven't decided yet. And then we've got the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Absolutely love this palette. 2 pieces. So that's that. Gorgeous palette this. I didn't pay full price for this one either. Got it half price. I don't think I'd have it in my collection if I had to pay full price for it. I have got some shades exactly like these two. So I don't need it in the collection, but I want it in the collection. Right, so how many have we got in total? There must be easily 10 here. 2, they go in a different drawer anyway. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nearly. So 9 there. So potentially one that we could be decluttering is this one, potentially, but I need to bring it into the chopping block. I might do a chopping block shop my stash video, and just bring out all eyeshadow palettes that are on the chopping block. I think that might be an interesting video, but I might only do it for a week, so I might only bring like 2 palettes out. Yeah, I feel like that would be interesting. So again guys, let me know what you think. I think this will be going up before the next Shop My Stash anyway, so let me know what you think. Leave me a comment if you think that's a good idea. If I don't get many comments, then I won't do it. I'll just try and figure out, like, I'll probably just pull in like one every time I do a Shop My Stash, but I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, so I'd love your help. So let's go on to the next palettes then, guys. Right guys, so next up is we've got this little single Fenty one. This one is in the shade Peach, I believe. Yeah, Peach. So that just looks like that. Turn the light down a bit. Real pretty. I absolutely adore this shade. I've swatched this so many times, but we'll do it again. It's a bit stiffer than the rest of the shades, but it's like a really nice pumpkin. And then you get in this shade here. Now you get this in most peach palettes, so I could really take that or leave it, but it's still a really pretty shade. And then you get in this really nice bronze one, and I love this. I love these mattes down here as well. It's great for travelling. They do still do them. I didn't think they still sold them, so I might get another one to hook up to it, and then maybe if one day I do go travelling, I can just take that with me. I could do with kind of a more neutral one. I did want the one in money, but they've stopped selling that. But yeah, I could definitely do with a kind of more neutral one if they sell something like that. And you can hook them up together, and that's what that's for at the back. So they just hook up. They just hook up here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Then I've got this little self-made palette. These have got all my Titmouse cosmetics in them, and this one's, I think that might be a Kama Cosmetics. Yeah, it is. Which I'm not 100% sure on. I mean, it is absolutely stunning, is it not? Under a black base, that is stunning. So we need to try this. It's like a cream to powder formula. So we'll just clean this up. Yeah, I took these out of, it was with my pastel roses, and I didn't want them. I want my pastel roses by themselves. These ones are kind of shades that leave me feeling a bit lackluster. I mean, I do really like this one. This one's a really pretty green. I mean, look at that. That's really nice. I could put that in with my pastel roses and just... In fact, I feel like I'll keep the Titmouse Cosmetics ones together in that. I know where they are. if I want them. But yeah, it's nice. Right, so that's that. Then in here is my MAC palette with nothing in it. Because every time you put stuff in it, they end up falling out, the eyeshadows. They're made for MAC eyeshadows though, to be fair. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. We'll clean it up anyway. Because I don't think... Yeah, I know pastel roses are too big for this. And I don't think Colourpop fit in it either. Then we've got my first Lethal Cosmetics palette. Absolutely love this palette. 2 pieces, guys. I think I showed this in drugstore accidentally, but that's what that looks like. So you're probably getting to see it twice. I'll do you some swatches because this palette needs to be swatched. So it says home is not a place, it's a state of mind, and it's called the Roots palette if you're interested. So we've got this shade here, this white. And this is the duochrome. It's like a white to blue shift. And then we've got a turquoise shade up here. And that's got like a green shift underneath it. And then we've got a blue here. And that's got like a greeny gold in it. So I would say they've both got that like duochrome underneath it. So that's what they look like. And I know I'm swatching all shimmers, but that's because to me that's the most fun part. I'll swatch the mattes as well. So they're the mattes. Really pretty, isn't it? I paid next to nothing for this palette, and they do like another pink toned one. I think I'll get that next go around. The only thing that puts me off when you're ordering one thing from Lethal is it's £6 shipping. Just like I ordered one of Olden's Eyes blushers, and I had to pay £6 for that as well. Luckily, Lisa was very kind and provided me with a I'm not too sure whether it was 10% off or 15% off a code, so I used that and didn't pay as much for it anyway. But yeah, I think it's quite expensive. The blusher itself was what, not even £20, and you expected to pay £6 for shipping. It's always better if you can get more than one thing, but I was trying to be cost effective, and you know, it bit me in the bum anyway with the £6 shipping. But yeah, I absolutely love this, and if that's your colour story, guys, I would highly recommend it. So we've got that one. Then we've got this Stila one that I got a couple of years ago for myself. It's called the Blue Realm palette. Now mine squeaks, so you'll have to excuse that. But that's the packaging it comes in. See, very squeaky. Right, so again, we've got this white to blue duochrome. See, I've got this in a lot of palettes, so I don't need to constantly keep buying it. And this is why this kind of video is good to do. So it makes you reevaluate what you've got in your collection. But look at that. Look how shiny and wet it looks. And then we've got this one down here. I'm sure this has got duochrome in it as well. Yeah, it does. Then we've got this blue, which is really pigmented. Not much of a fan of the blue, if I'm being honest. But I do really like the mattes. So the mattes I can barely even tell I've used the mattes, but I have. The mattes are those. I really love that dusky mauve there. That's definitely a go-to shade for me. Right, so that's those. Oh, that one there is a shimmer. So you're actually getting 4 shimmers and 2 mattes. And again, I'm going to put those back. No, we've got 2 more, sorry. Right, so we've got this Shu Uemura one. Just a little travel size, and it really is a nice travel size palette. So it looks like that. Again, I don't know if it's still okay to use because I've not used it in a hot minute. Try. Right, it doesn't look like any pigment's coming off that or that. Certain shadows look like there's pigment coming off it. I'm going to declutter it into the bin, guys. I've had it years, so that one can go as well. And then we've got this Dose of Colours one, and that one is in Pretty Cool. So this is another cool tone palette. And this one seems to be chipped. I'm sure it wasn't chipped when I used it. I must have dropped it. Right, let's see. Seems okay. Yeah, I mean the swatches are a little bit not great, but the actual palette seems okay. I'll keep that and probably bring it out in an upcoming Shop My Stash. That's everything there. I'm just going to go and grab some more palettes. Right guys, so next drawer down in my acrylic. This one really hurts my heart. I could keep it for the packaging, guys, and I'm sure I could find somewhere on my shelf for it to go. But every time I look at it, I just get so angry with myself that I paid so much money in customs for it. I mean, this bronze shade is still pretty good, so's this one. Yeah, I'm going to declutter that. I never thought I would declutter this palette, but I'm going to declutter it into the bin. It's really, really old at this point, so that's free going. I didn't think I was going to declutter any of my eyeshadows, so we're already doing better than I thought we would. One thing that won't be going is this Jeffree Star Mini Breaker palette. I'm really lucky to have this in my collection. I got it from Courtney Shanice Reviews, and it's absolutely beautiful, guys. Absolutely stunning. That shade by far is my favourite. Slice, and then all these oranges. It's just stunning, and it's quite new to the collection, so it won't be going anywhere. And I know about Jeffree Star, I know how we all feel about him, but you can't deny, guys, his makeup is just beautiful. I love this purple shade as well. That one's called Oral. That one's got like a blue shift to it, so keeping that. Then we've got this Kimchi one. This one is so nice, guys. If you like greens, then I highly recommend this palette if you can still get it. I got this off Beauty Bay and I had to wait a while, but it was definitely worth the wait. So it's Kimchi, Chick, Virgin Mojito, and it just looks like this. I mean, look at those greens and yellows. Is that not a bit of me in a palette? I've used this quite a bit. Not this summer, but definitely last summer. So's that green there. Where's that green? Is it that one? That one's a bit stiff, this green here. So that's those. I love the artwork on the front as well. It's really pretty. That one's really nice. It's got glitters in it. Again, that's a palette that won't be going anywhere. We're getting to the end, guys. I've just got, well, yeah, about 2 more acrylic drawers to get through. This one here, the Balm Appetit, absolutely love this. Again, it wasn't popular, so I got it at a really nice discounted rate. So I really like this section here. Not much fond of this, and I don't mind this here, but mainly it's this. This one here reminds me of one of Kathleen Light's eyeshadows. Can't remember the name of it, but look at that, guys. I need to bring this out again because I really like those shades again. And then we've got this one and this one. This one looks like it's getting hard pan. Still very pigmented though. Very, very nice. Definitely keeping that. I mean, I hear mixed opinions about the Balm. What do you guys think about the Balm eyeshadows or the Balm makeup in general? This is the only thing I've got from the Balm. I did used to have another palette that I bought, and I bought a blusher, but they ended up sending it to my wrong address. They ended up sending it to my address in Manchester and I never got it. which was fine because I really didn't pay that much for it, and it was mainly my fault as well as the person that sent it. She said, well, I should have asked for your address where you were living, and I said, yeah, but I should have made sure that you had the correct address. So she just said, well, just let me give you half the money back. So she just paid me half the money back for it, and that was that. And what she could have said is, well, that's your fault for not giving me the right address. But yeah, I really do like that palette, and it's cute. Eat your heart out. Right, this one, absolutely love, love, love. So this one is another one from Naomi. Beauty Dreams by Naomi, of course. I do want the yellow one, the citrine one, I think it is. Right, so my favourite shade in this palette without a shadow of a doubt is Monstera. I need to swatch that, and I also need to swatch Buzz here. I think that's like a duochrome as well. So these, I would say these are my two favourites. I mean, just look at that green. Do the duochrome first. It's like a white in the pan, and it changes to a gold, and that is, of course, is a chartreuse green. Oh my gosh, I love that all over the lids. It's such a beautiful, beautiful palette. I would go so far as to say that is probably my best green eyeshadow palette that I have in my collection, and that's a lot, guys, for me to say that, because I have over 20 green eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, Naomi did well when she chose that out for me. And if the citrine one is like that, then I'll be a very happy little camper. That'll do. Right, and I think Juvia's Place is up next, so let me go and get them. Right, so we've got a Steeler one. Yeah, so we've got a Steeler one as well as all my Juvia's Place. So we'll clean this up first. This is a highlighter palette, really. It's from the Little White Lies collection. It's the Heavenly Highlighter palette. It's, for me personally, guys, it's not really a highlighter palette. They're those putty highlighters, and I'm sure I showed this as well in the drugstore because it looks like it's been cleaned up. But yeah, we'll just run through it really quickly. I mean, over a black base, I think they'd look good as a nice duochrome eyeshadow. On the hand, even on the hand there, you can barely see anything. So yeah, I don't like them for that. Just wondering if I've got any black bases to hand. Right, we'll go through these. Yeah, if I find any black eyeshadow in these palettes or any dark ones, we'll try it out. So first up then is, I would say, yeah, it's definitely the newer one out of my whole Juvia's Place collection. So they've got that new, I think it's called Gardens of Juvias now, which is a pastel palette, and I've been eyeing it up. I didn't know about it until Lisa sent it to me on Instagram. She'd sent me a picture of it, and I do really like it, but I've just ordered that Ice Cream Dream palette, and I bet most of those shades you could get from there and all my other pastel palette collection, so I didn't want to order it. But anyway, let's not digress. This one really is a stunning palette. It's got some gorgeous like purple violet shades, which is what the name indicates. So I've not used it that much, so it shouldn't need too much of a clean. Should be able to do it with a wipe. If I ever get rid of this, my niece would love it. I think one of her favourite eyeshadows to wear is purple. So yeah, she would really love that. But I don't know if I want to get rid of it. Then we've got the Deuce by Juvias. I feel like this was my first ever eyeshadow palette I bought from them. I love it, absolutely love it. I think I've hit pan on one, possibly two shades in this. These need to come out really soon. No, it's not this palette, it's the other palette I've got. But this shade here, Tart it's called, beautiful white to pink duochrome. Look at that, guys, can you see? absolutely gorgeous. This mint green macarons is gorgeous. The entire palette's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I've just, oh yeah, there, you can just about see it. I don't know if you can see it, but creme there I've hit pan on is absolutely a stunning pink, and I bet that would look really nice over that creme shade. Shall we try it? Oh yeah, it's giving it a frosted pink look. Really pretty. Thought I'd hit pan on that. Let's try this brown in this palette with some of those like duochromes from the Steeler. Just want to see. Oh my gosh, now look at that, guys. Yes, that's the way to do it. So let's try it with the other one. So I'm going to try it with all three of them, just using the brown because it's like a black base. Right, right, so I just tried it with that shade there, so we're going to try it with the more yellow toned one here, because that's pink, that's yellow and that's blue, I would say. Oh yes, that's that one. They come alive. When there's another eyeshadow basin underneath it, it comes alive. And then we've got this more blue one. Well, it's a silver, I would say. Oh, they're so nice. So yeah, we're definitely keeping those then. I mean, that's what Bad to the Brow does when she puts her multi-chromes on. She puts a black base on underneath just to give them a bit more va-va-voom, I would say. Right, so that's that one, and that one. Then we've got the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. I bought this off Depot. And it just looks like that. I mean, this purple here is absolutely gorgeous. That one's called Farzo. It's a duochrome with, it's a purple to blue duochrome, if you can see that in the camera there. And then I love this Buzo green shade. Oh, that reminds me of Bloom from the Royal Rose palette. So I do have an emerald green. I just didn't think I did. I said in a recent video, which I don't think has gone up on the channel yet, that I didn't think I had that kind of shade, but I obviously do in this palette here. It's a really gorgeous palette is this. I've only used it the one time, so it doesn't really need much of a clean. I think I got this one first, the Zulu by Juvias, actually. Even though it looks like it's not had barely any use. I absolutely love, I don't think these ones had names on, so I absolutely love this shade here. So that one, and that one. Oh, they are stunning. That green though, that is perfect for summer. So is that peach. Paired with a different palette, because I think the brights, I mean, they're okay like for inner corners. I mean, that orange looks nice. Now that I'm into oranges, let's have a look. And that yellow looks nice. That'd make a really nice sunset eye. Like how it's so pigmented. Look at those. And then you're getting a really nice turquoise here. Pink and purple. I'm not that adventurous when it comes to doing extravagant looks, but those shimmers there, oh yeah, it needs to come out. I need to get through my new palettes to actually be able to use my older ones. Okay, right, so that's how many have I got? Only 4 Juvia's Place ones. So let me just go and pop these back. I'm keeping all of them. Right, and now guys, we've got the Charlotte Tilbury and Too Faced collection, the rest of my Too Faced collection should I say. So we've got this one here, the light needs to be turned up. This one is the Vintage Vamp, and again, I have no clue if these are still good. So that's that one there, really pretty. I can do some swatches, and if it's no good then I'll just declutter it. Well, that's good. And they weren't ever the most pigmented anyway. Her formula now is definitely a lot more pigmented. Right, we need to try it out. I don't just want to declutter it. We need to try it out and do a look with it. Whether that's on camera or off, but that's what I need to be doing. And then this one's the Dolce Vita, which is that one there. And it's always had hard pan, so I'm not too concerned with the hard pan. The hard pan I can remove. Well, this one is better than the other one. Yeah, that's definitely better than the other one. So that one needs to be tested as well. But I feel like we'll probably keep that one and maybe declutter. Is it Vintage Vamp? Yeah, I think it was. And then I've got this Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. This one is beautiful. This one probably wouldn't even need a clean. I've only used it the one time. Fingerprints all over it, that's the only thing. And yeah, it's just the Pillow Talk palette, guys. The bigger one. They do a smaller one, and that's what it looks like. I just don't know if it's me. I mean, these reds certainly aren't me. These more neutral tones, again, would make a really nice work palette, I guess. So yeah. And it's such a shame as well. It's £60, you know. It's a lot of money, and for it not to get used. Such a shame. It's a beautiful palette though. I like to keep it in the box as well. Looks brand new in the box. Again, we've got another one. So this is another one that's barely been used. It's a Too Faced Pumpkin Spice. I saw Lisa from Banning Panning and Beyond haul this, and it looked really nice. It's very warm. I might like it more now because it's very orange leaning here, so I might like it more. I just need to give it a little bit more of my time. Maybe in fall, autumn time, we can bring it out again. Again, this isn't the cheapest of palettes. What I don't like about it, guys, is you barely get any shimmers, and some of the shimmers are kind of flaky. I don't really like that. And I know if you're using setting spray, you avoid that, but I tend to, like when I use a palette, I like to go in and see how eyeshadows perform without a setting spray, and then if I have to, I'll use a setting spray. So yeah, I mean, that's just the way I like to review palettes on my channel. Right, and then we've got my favourite Too Faced palette ever, and it's the Chocolate Gold. I do have the milk chocolate one as well, that's around somewhere. I'm not really going to include this. Actually, it's here, so I can't show it to you though because it's part of That palette and I've not put it up yet, so I think that's why I didn't bring it out. So that's that one there. Absolutely stunning palette. Do they even make this one anymore? Because if they do, and if it goes to Sephora on that sale that they do all the time, then I would suggest, if this is for you, if this is your colour story, I would suggest picking it up. This gold, it's absolutely eyeshadow goals. It looks like you've just sprayed gold all over your lids. Wow, it's amazing. Again, I've not used that in at least a good year, so that one needs to be used. Definitely a theme here, isn't there, guys? Don't buy any more palettes, Andrea. This is the oldest one of them all, and it's the Too Faced Chocolate Boy. I'm not opening it up because you'll see all my progress, and I want to keep that as a surprise for the update. The update will be coming probably in the next week. And then I've got this one, so this Too Faced Love Palette, and I got this in sale in TK Maxx. I wouldn't have paid full price for it. I wouldn't pay £40 for this. I mean, it's good, but it doesn't blow my socks off. I feel like if I was going to declutter any, it would be this one, and it would be that other Too Faced palette. What was it called? Do you know the one I showed at the beginning of the video that I said, oh, Too Faced Natural Eyes? So if I was going to declutter any of the Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, it would be either Too Faced Natural Eyes and this, or both really. And I'm not really that interested. I mean, I like them, but I could pass them on quite easily. I feel like in the winter, you know, I feel like winter or spring I will be doing another declutter, and I'll just be making it a little bit more ruthless, which is what I wanted the last one to be, the drugstore one. And I'll probably just get rid of probably that one and maybe the Natural Eyes one, because I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. Like, I'm saying to myself, well, that would work well for work when I'm back at work, but I've got other eyeshadow palettes that I could use for work, so I don't really need it. But yeah, let's go into that last drawer and then we're done, guys. Right, so we've got another Sigma one here. Again, I really don't know how I feel about this one, guys. It's the Sigma Rosy. I used it once last year to go out on a date. I got compliments on my eye look, but I feel like I've got shades like this in my eyeshadow collection, and do I really need it? Which is a shame, because it is really a beautiful palette, so I feel like I need to bring it out in a Shop My Stash. I have at least a couple of eye looks with it, maybe even 3 eye looks, just to kind of get a grips to it, and if I don't like it, again, it will be going. I don't know why I'm bothering to clean it up. I've only got 2 Sigma palettes. I've got this one and the Sigma Enchanted, which I've already showed you. So that's that. And then we've got this Anastasia Quad. I like to keep it in this box because it's nice. It's nicer than how it comes. I mean, it's not bad. When I used this the first time around, I wasn't that keen on it, guys. It's got 2 beautiful mattes in it though. This shade here left my lids, like, you could see all the texture on my lids. It's a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow though. And then this one's really nice, this rosy one. I do remember really liking that. So that's that one, and that's that one. Do they have shade names on? I can't remember. If they do, I can tell you what they're called. Right, so I think they do. Right, so that one there is called Sunny, and I think these are from the regular ABH collection. Then you get 2 mattes. I'll tell you the names of them just in case you wanted. I don't know if you can pick this palette up anymore, but you might want to curate this palette. This one I know for a fact she sells, Sandcastle. I've heard people talk about that one. And then this one is Paprika, is it? No, Papaya. Like, it's a beautiful orange tone based matte, I would say. It is really, really pretty. I need to try it again because that is really, really pretty. And it's more my preference now than when I first used it. It's just about applying the right products underneath the eyeshadow, I think. Because last time I used my white base. That's quite a thin consistency, my white W7 base. It makes my lids oily, so even though I set it with a powder afterwards, it makes my lids oily, and that could have had something to do with the eyeshadow. So I need to try it again for that reason. I like this little magnetic palette because even if you don't like the eyeshadows and you want to get rid of the eyeshadows, you can keep that. And I think I only paid like £12 for it, so it's worth keeping it for the magnetic palette. Right, so which one did I get first? It was Soft Glam. We'll go in order of what I got first. So I got this a couple of years ago for Christmas. Again, only used it the one time. It is full of my fingerprints. I hate these bloody palettes for that. You can scrub and scrub and scrub and it won't come off. But yeah, that is a beautiful, beautiful palette, is it not? Absolutely stunning. I won't swatch it just because it's going to delay the video, and we all know what this one looks like by now. I don't really have a favourite shade in this either, so that's why I'm not going to swatch. Right, the next one was the Carly Bible. That's that one there. Absolutely stunning, stunning palette. And I got this in the sale. I wouldn't have paid full price for it. I'm not that much of a Carly Bible fan. But saying that though, if I would have known what this shade was, oh my gosh, that's eyeshadow goals. I need to swatch this. Oh my gosh. Bet the camera isn't going to pick up what I want it to, because it's like a purple. Turn that down. It's a purple and it's got all these different glitters. It's like glitters of the rainbow. Absolutely stunning. My only issue with this palette, guys, is this shade here. Jode is very, very similar to it. I'm going to show you. The only thing is it doesn't have glitter. Look how similar they are. I mean, I would say this is, I mean, they're both cool tone, but I would say this one is cooler tone than that. I love everything apart from this shade here. It is so lackluster. I did a collab with Naomi and I said that in the collab. Right, so on the finger you can see it. Let's just put it here. You can barely see it, and I've really dug my finger in. So yeah, I don't know if like trying to remove some of the top shade of the eyeshadow would do it any good, because I had to do that with the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette, and now it works fine. So it could be the same for that eyeshadow. So I might try that. I mean, I'm not bothered if I ruin that eyeshadow, because as far as I'm concerned it's crap anyway. So if I can make it a little bit better by removing some of the eyeshadow, then I will. But yeah, the rest of the eyeshadow palette, guys, I feel like I like this better than the Soft Glam. And I do really like the Soft Glam, so yeah, there is that. Okay. Right, and then the next one I bought was at Christmas last year, was the Jackie Aina palette. Again, that was on sale. I wouldn't have bought this had it not been on sale. I got it for half price. So that's that one there. It is absolutely beautiful as well. I really, really like this one. It is very, very deep, but she did make it for her skin tone, but I can get away with it on mine. It's just really, really nice. I love this Trust Issues here. Wow, it's so pretty. That one there, really, really pretty. And the last one, oh, I've dropped the box, never mind, I'll pick that up in a second. The last one, of course, of the ABH is Subculture. I don't think there's any more that I want of these palettes. There's the Riviera, which is always at TK Maxx, and I always look at it, but I think it's too bright for me. I feel like if you're always doing like bold looks, I feel like it will be a good palette for you, but for me personally it isn't. Really, really like this one. This got so much stick, didn't it? But for me personally, I absolutely love it. This shade here, Electric, is like lime chrome from the gold palette that we spoke about earlier. Oh, my hand's still wet. That is so similar to lime chrome, it's unreal. And I think this one came out first, and then this one here is a white to pink duochrome. So there's two duochromes in here. Wow, look at that, guys. So stinking pretty. Yeah, I love it. So let's speak openly, you don't get a lot of shimmer, you're only getting 3. But it does have some really, really nice mattes in it. And yeah, they're not the easiest to blend out, but you can definitely work with it. So yeah, I really do like it. I want to do is it a dupe between this one, let's clean it up a bit, between this one, and I've got a Makeup Revolution one. So, and then once I've done that, I can get rid of the Makeup Revolution, because again, I don't need 2 of a similar palette. And then we've got another Jeffree Star one, and that's the last palette, guys. So this was the first Jeffree Star palette that I bought. Got this in the sale as well, when one of his, basically there was some controversy going around. I can't even remember what controversy, but it went down to half price, and I'm like, well, I really want to try the formula, so I'll just buy it. As you can see, I've not really used it that much. feel like I should try it again soon, and if I don't like it then maybe in the winter declutter it. I don't know how many palettes I've got. What I'll do is I'll go away and count them, and I'll be back in a second to let you know. Right guys, so I've counted them all up. That's drugstore and high-end together, so in total I've got 128. I would love to get it down to 100, but that's another 28, and I don't know where I can get like the 28 from. Plus I've got at least another 30 in Colourpop, so we're talking like 158 palettes. But I was leaning more on the 200 side this time last year, so we are getting it down gradually. When we come to do the Colourpop ones, if I feel like I'm not going to use them, I'm not just going to keep them because they're part of the collection. I did go mad on Colourpop buying last year. If you was around last year, you'll know this. I've got quite a lot of Colourpop in my eyeshadow collection. I just need to test one more and then I can show you what's in the collection, and I'll show you all the singles I've got as well, and I've got a couple of the smaller palettes. So yeah, I've got quite a lot there to show you. But this is the end of the high-end eyeshadow palette collection clean with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not too long. I'll get it down. I'll speed through the part where I'm cleaning, and I'll get it down to quite a respectable amount of time if I can. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. It really does help out my channel, and it means the absolute world to me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.